All right, guys, happy May 9th, 8:35, coming to you from beautiful state of Arizona. If you have not come out to the desert, if you have not done cowboy shit, get yourself out here, come to Scottsdale. We were doing the hoedown, showdown, fighting, wrangling, all kinds of things yesterday. But your boy just shows up in a white t-shirt and some dunks. I don't have any cowboy stuff. I know Vernon probably owns a couple pair of cowboy boots, also a hat. I don't have a 10-gallon. All I have is built clothing. However, it's been an amazing experience. I'm going to share some of that with you in a moment. We have some guests on the line today, some first timers. So I want to say thank you for being here. I expect our group to be small, but I don't give a fuck if there's 2 people in this room or 2,000 people. I'm still going to run the plan. I'm still going to run the offense. So let's go. Vernon, I'm going to have you actually bring us out on the field today on this beautiful Friday morning, big dog. So hit him with the sentiment and let's roll.
Hey, happy Friday, everyone. It's good to see those who are staying connected to communication in the space because we were not planning to be here, or Elias wasn't planning to be here, but we ran an audible, and you all are those who are on the playing field with us. It's Friday, stepping into the weekend. It's the conclusion of a work week. Hopefully your week has been productive. You get some shots in the arm by being in this space today. That's going to catapult you into a dynamic, dominant, and successful weekend. For those of us who are the few that are in this space, grab your pen, be prepared to contribute. When you feel that power of energy, where you have to contribute your genius, contribute it, because we all have something to add of value in here. Let's go.
Let's roll. Well, I appreciate you, my man, as always. And I have a question. And I was thinking about this morning, and I was creating a video. My neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but I don't give a shit. This is a public place. I spend a lot of time in my room. I talk to myself, I shoot videos until it comes out right. And I was thinking about this because I was looking around the room yesterday, and I was thinking about where we are at in business and being here at the Fast Forward Movement event. If you don't know what Fast Forward Movement is, make sure that you're tapping into that community. We have the ability to tap into hundreds and hundreds of top performing agents throughout the country that come together weekly to share and contribute. So this is a smaller version of a Fast Forward Movement, and they share strategies and ideas and tips and remove all the friction and all the guesswork. So when you're trying to do things and elevate in your business, you don't have to answer all the questions or how to. It's done for you already. Well, being here, I got asked to be the MC, and I'm just looking around the room. I'm like, what a privilege. Like, what a privilege and an honor to be in this space with all of these high performers. And you guys, I didn't have these opportunities 5 years ago. And the reason why I want to share this with you is I was thinking about each of their superpowers. I see how they're delivering. I see how they're showing up. I see how they're building their communities, what they're doing for their business. And I really thought about superpower. And I was thinking yesterday and this morning, my superpower is not about all the strategies. It's not about all the systems. That comes later. My superpower is my energy. I know that through my energy, I have the ability to impact the humans that are in my life. I know that through my energy, I can positively impact and move the needle in businesses. I know that. And so I'm capturing that. And I'm going to go full tilt with this energy. And as long as I still have breath to breathe in this beautiful thing that we call life, I'm going full tilt. Nothing is stopping me. Nothing. I will run through a wall right now. That's how much I believe. But when we look at each other, whether you're brand new in this game or whether you are experienced in this game, what you need to realize is that me, you, the people I'm here with right now that are building incredible, I'm here with the number 2 team in the entire world and the number 1 team in the entire world for our brokerage. We're all the same. No matter what, we are all the same. What these people have done is they've chose to walk into their superpower and allow that to really shine. And so I was thinking about this yesterday, and I shared this on our intensity call with Vernon. We're all the same in business. And you might look at these people and feel a sense of inspiration, but at the end of the day, they are just like you. However, these people may be at different stages, and the stages are very, very simple. They may be in a different stage of belief, right? Maybe they are just at a place where they truly, truly believe in everything that they are capable in life and business, and they are walking in that purpose. They are walking in that purpose because they believe. And so oftentimes when you're in spaces like this, when you're in spaces like I was in yesterday, oftentimes we have to borrow somebody's belief until it becomes our own. So that's stage number 1, that they may be at just a different stage in their belief that's now catapulted their business, but they're still the same as you. Number two, they're at a different stage of action. They tapped into the belief of themselves, and that belief has now pushed them into action at a high level. They're doing things that maybe we're scared of doing still. They're doing things that have unlocked that next level. They have experienced success and income and money and opportunities because they are choosing to take the action. So that's stage number two. And then there's the last stage that they're at a different place in, and it's implementation. They have believed in themselves. They have taken the action. And now they're at a different stage of implementation. And so when you guys look around at the people and what they're doing and what they're achieving and their bank accounts and their opportunities, listen, you're just the same as them. And so am I. We're all at just different stages. And so what I want to encourage everybody to do is to really look at the superpower. What can you give to this business that nobody else can? What Kelly offers to the world is vastly different than what Jeff offers to the world. But the moment you can capture that and say, listen, I'm not perfect. I'm gritty. I am different. I stumble over my words sometimes. It's all right. That's who I am. My superpower is my fucking energy that I give to this world. Listen, and I know that I could change people's lives by simply having this energy, and I manufacture it and I muster it and I give it to the world. And by doing so, I'm a walking example of what is possible in this business. For me to speak in an environment that did 129,000 transactions last year in Fast Forward Movement, $5 billion worth of production came from our Fast Forward Movement group. That is a third of all the business in all of EXP, and that is more business than Real did last year as an entire company. Stay with me. That's opportunities that open because you lean into your fucking superpower. We don't set limits on ourselves. There's no limits in this business. What Otis is going to create, nobody is standing in his fucking way. What Alan's going to create, what Les Moore is going to create, nobody is standing in your way. You have the ability to be like the people that you aspire to be. The ones that are encouraging you and motivating you, and you're watching their videos, are like, oh my God, look at that. And he's at the Kentucky Derby. He's on stage with Tony Robbins. You're looking at these people. Look at them and say, I am just like that, just at a different stage. And I need to unlock my superpower. And when you're there, then you feel it and you're in the pocket. You're fucking unstoppable. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is limitless. That is limitless. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. It has to be gritty, but you do it scared and you do it anyways, no matter what. That's the superpower. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I don't have a college education. I don't have a finance background. I don't have a degree in economics, but I've helped build one of the most iconic real estate brands in the history of real estate. I'm a kid that came from the street with nothing. And 10 years ago, my life was in a vastly different place. I was in the depths of despair. And see what's happened in just a short amount of time. I'm going to talk about time in a second. That's what I want to open it up with you guys. Whenever I'm at these events, I get filled with so much emotion and so much ideas and promise and thoughts. And people say, oh, Elias, I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired. I find it weird sometimes because I'm inspired by them. I'm inspired by you guys. So I want to share that with you. Open to some thoughts, some feedback, some contribution, but that's where my heart is this morning, and that's where my mind is. That's why I shifted this morning. I said, fuck, I got some things I want to share with my group. So I canceled my plans this morning and said I wanted to be locked in with you guys. So I want to share that stuff with you. Anybody have any thoughts, contribution on that dialogue? Anybody got anything? Don't leave me hanging.
You know, I absolutely do.
Okay. All right, Vernon, what do you got?
I know when you travel to these events and you super lit up. So your energy is your superpower. Us identifying and walking in our superpower, ladies and gentlemen, starts and begins and ends with how we perceive ourselves. The implementation that Elias is speaking of, the action that he's speaking of, the awareness in terms of ranges, it all starts and ends with our self-image. We all have a superpower. Okay? You just have to believe that you have the superpower, or that the superpower that you've experienced really is you. And then don't be afraid to unleash that. So I'm super fired up. I'm glad you canceled whatever you had going on and made time to stay committed to the few, because this Friday and this seeds that you're sowing inside of this space right now, you guys, this is the power. It possesses the power to unlock the fullness of who you are, and we all need it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you, Vernon, 100%. Thank you for your sentiment. Let's go to Gary. Gary, you had a thought, you had a contribution. Anybody else, open your thoughts, your dialogue, and your feedback. Obviously, my cup runneth over this morning. Let's go, Gary.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming in with the incredible energy this morning. Being out of state, being out of town, being around amazing people. What's crazy is that's what showed me that I had a superpower. Was leaving the village, leaving where everyone's used to your magic, right? Like we live with our magic our whole life. So sometimes we forget we're magical, because it's never magic to the magician. So as you travel, the world sees stuff that people around you have been seeing you your whole life, but it's not. They're like, what the? And it just inspires you, and I just can feel it coming out of you, because that's what made me me. Leaving Oakland and seeing the way people react to me, my energy, my thought, the optimism, like, oh, let's go smash and get it done, like that same thing, and it's just magical, bro. So thanks for bringing it today.
Got it, my brother. I appreciate you being here. Listen, we sat yesterday through a really cool exercise. Now, unfortunately for me, I was the MC, so I had to cut people off right at 15 minutes. If they went to 15:01, their mic got shut off. So they were mid presentation. Sorry, big dog, I got to shut off your mic. And they're like, wait, I got 10 more slides. Sorry. So what we did is we ran a competition. There was 9 presenters, and all of them had 15 minutes to deliver a presentation that would give you one idea that could impact your business by 250,000. Okay, one idea. And so they had to come up, rapid fire, have their slides. They had to do the damn thing. And then at the end, we had a voting system, and we voted for each person. Now, you would think 9 people, this is going to be cool. You're going to see some similarities. Well, every single person had a different approach. They all had a different approach, but all the roads led to $250,000 impact in people's business. And I want to share with you a story of a dude named Payson who's out in Palm Desert. Now, this is a dude. Here's how he built his business. He literally went from about 20 million to doing close to 200 million in production. And the dude looks like he's 17 years old. And I'm sure he's not too far from 17 years old. But the reason why I want to share Payson's story is because his story is truly just rooted in action and hustle. So he said, I got my license. I don't know exactly what to do, but I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to tell the world, and I want you guys to help me stay accountable to this. The guy did 100 open houses in 100 days. Okay, just sit with that for a second. 100 open houses in 100 days. Does that mean a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, twice on a Saturday, 2 on a Sunday? He's got people in his environment right now, because of the legacy that he's created, doing 14 open houses in 1 week. Okay, I know it sounds crazy, but this guy is now making tons of money. He's providing for his family. He's now built a team. They are thriving. And now that team is doing 1,000 open houses in 100 days. So we took what worked for him and said, okay, now I've built, now I've grown, I've created a successful business. Now I'm attracting tons of people into my environment, because this beautiful thing that we call EXP. And now his whole entire company is doing 1,000 transactions, or excuse me, 1,000 open houses in 100 days. Like, our 1,000 open houses in 100 days. Think about the impact of just doing that. Sitting at the open house, bringing in the trash cans, waving to the neighbors. What, he's out there again? Vernon's out there again? And then all the videos and the content and the action and the hustle that everybody is seeing. You guys, it was powerful, powerful. Could you do that? Yeah, imagine this. Imagine if Oliver said, all right, For the next 3 months, I am knocking on 50 doors. Oliver, do the math for me. What is 50 times 90? Let's go. I'm not a mathematician off the top of my head. Let's roll. And take yourself off of mute and give us the answer.
4,500.
4,500 in the course of the next 90 days. Oliver, being a man of purpose and being a man of principle, what type of opportunities would arise for you if you did that level of action in just the next 90 days?
It would be incredible, honestly. I mean, 4,500, even if you get 1% off of that, I mean, your business is going to blow.
If you have enough communication skills to stumble through conversations, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. Just stumble your way through a fucking conversation. 4,000 plus opportunities. I know without a shadow of a doubt, Oliver would find opportunities. And at his price point, those opportunities, 25,000, 30,000. Well, shit, in 3 months to make $30,000, I'm down for that. I'm down for that. 100 open days and 100 open houses in 100 days. You guys, there's open house opportunities for you right now in Slack that people have posted that nobody's raised their hand. If you're a newer agent on this call and don't know how to do an open house, go do an open house and you'll figure out how to do an open house. You don't know how to knock on the door? Just fucking knock. Be a human being and have a goddamn conversation with people. So I share that experience with you because the experience was proven that he's like, I'm just going to put my boots on and I'm going to go out there and do the damn thing. And he's experienced tremendous results in his business. He's making money. He's growing a team. He's impacting his community. He's impacting lives, drives a dope car, just got it, right? He's got a nice Corvette. And I'm not saying it's about the nice things. He has the ability to do the nice things for himself. Like I said, the kid's 17 years old. It's probably 25, but he's creating something for himself. So I want to share that with you guys to give you some context for you to say, okay, if I was to do something at a higher level for the next 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, shit, what could it be, right? What could it be? Some of you sleep on your videos like, once in a while. What if? What if you made 30 videos this next month? What if? What if every single day you knocked on the door? Every single day you hosted an open house? I promise you, good things will happen. So I want to share that vantage point with you and give you guys some perspective. Hearing that, where does your mind go? I want to hear from you guys. Hearing that level of concerted effort, concerted action in a very, very short amount of time, where does your mind go? I want to hear from you guys. What's your thoughts? Feel free to grab the mic. I knew it, Otis. I know when Otis is going to speak, he gets a smile, no teeth show, and I know that he's thinking, and then he's going to contribute something. Let's go, Otis. What do you got for them?
It doesn't seem so crazy now with me, way I've been doing my business with the partner and stuff. It's really just hard to get like mind. Like I can only imagine like everybody's face looked through like how the fuck is he doing that? He's probably because he's partnering, he's putting himself in other places. I'm probably sure he's co-agenting. He's probably got that team. It was probably hard for him doing it, maximizing himself as to the full of possibilities as one can. But I think that, really having a like mind and, kind of coming into like, more so of a mentor leader type action. It took me a long time to implement things, but I got Jacob, and then now we finally got Gary. So being a 3-person, 4, 5-person, 6-person monster, it's probably all it really takes is just getting the like-minded. So now just thinking about what you said, like, I mean, obviously that's a shit ton, but just even to be able to do half of that, like, so I'm just geeked up because now Gary's on, and like, at the end of the day, we finna be doing this shit. Like, so it's like, it's really good to see an idea that I had in my mind a long time ago. Somebody's already implemented that. That's probably like young enough to be like my little like cousin or some shit like that. But I'm geeked up because it just shows you a formula, a plan, just to attack. And just like Oliver says, shit, if you get 1% of that, like it's cookies. So I really appreciate the sentiment and saying that. And it's just like it's just what I needed to hear today, because I know what we got coming is just gonna be ferocious.
I appreciate that. And listen, Otis, he did it alone until he no longer had to do it alone, right? You do it individually until it becomes universal, right? Kenny was the fast agent until we became hashtag Team Fast, until it became fast real estate, right? And so he did it on his own until it now became universal. And feel free to reach out to this guy. Here's who he is. His name is Payson. Young dude crushing it. 100 open houses in 100 days, right? And like, that's how he built his business. And it's really, really cool to see, because I don't care who you are on this call. I don't care what age you are. He's just said, I'm going to go and take massive action, and it's proven results. So Otis, I love what you're doing. Love how you're contributing. Love how you're growing. Let's go, H-Bomb. Let's go to you. What's your thoughts, contributions on the conversation? You and that damn mute button.
I'm on my phone. It's so tiny.
Okay.
It's one of those things. I would find myself in the past overanalyzing it. I got to get ready. I got to look good. I can't go do this because I look like crap right now. Of course, we always want to bring our best selves, and we feel more confident when we do, but don't let it stop you. Don't overthink. Just go do, and the other day I had very limited amount of time, and I'm like, all right. And I went out, yoga pants, tie-dye, and I went door to door. I don't know if you saw it in the chat, but I mean, everybody was so cool and so friendly. I got invited to, it's a double entendre, obviously, but a sausage party because they're serving sausages. And it's one of my neighbors. She invited me in her house. She wanted to show me all the upgrades she did. Other people were out in their yard. And it was just so organic, and sometimes I feel like if you just get out there and you just do it and you talk to people, because realistically, nobody really cares, if your hair's not done or you don't look amazing. You come in, you have the right conversations, you're confident, and you just do it. And it's real, I think that resonates more with people than anything else, so that's kind of last night I went to a networking event with Synergy One. I didn't want to go. I had listing appointments. I was in a dress and heels all day, and I'm like, I'm not wearing these heels for a second. And I was casual-ish. Everybody was all dressed up, but nobody cared. And I ended up making amazing connections, reconnecting with one of the lenders that I used to work with all the time. We kind of had like a falling out because we're also friends, but great conversations, bonded, and everything just like completely clicked because I didn't get hung up on all the mental bullshit that typically will inhibit you from doing things or kind of trip you up.
Heather, I really, really appreciate this sentiment. Here's the thing. There's somebody on this call right now, probably multiple people on this call, that are thinking about doing something in business.
Yeah.
You're fucking getting ready to get ready. Like, just go and do something that's going to positively impact your business. Go take one step forward. Do you need to have all the answers? No, you don't. You just got to take one step. Here's the thing, you guys. 9 people spoke. Every single one of them. Top team in, number 2 team in the world yesterday. Number 1 team in Arizona. One of the top teams in Southern California. The top attractor who has built a downline of 1,500 people, took the entire year off last year. Every single person that spoke said that they were scared. My friend Lindsay, who runs the number 1 team in the state of New York, called me last week and she said, you know what, I don't know. They have me on the stage with all these other people, and who am I? You know what I did? I fucking hung up on her. It's like, don't call me that bullshit. Who am I? I hung up on her. And she said, that's a real one right there. Somebody that will hang up on you when they call you with your bullshit. I hung up on her out of love. But all of them were scared, but they said, no matter what, I didn't hear one single excuse. It was a thought, it was an implementation. It was a thought, it was an implementation. Didn't work, it's all right, let's adjust. It was a thought, it was an implementation. Stop thinking about all the things that we're doing in this business and just go out there and start saying hi to people, shaking hands, holding babies, opening doors, knocking on doors. That's what this business is about. How long have you been thinking about creating a fucking video? Hi, I've been thinking about this video for 3 weeks, so I just thought I would shoot it. I'm Elias. Here's one of the things I've been thinking about in business. Would love to hear your thoughts. Like, fucking get over yourself. Action takers. Action takers, the one that looked this business in the face and say, I'm going to do it despite, those people are winning. And then I got called out yesterday. Okay. You know how competitive I am. We're $13 million away from the number 2 team in the world right now, 13 million away. Now they're recruiting at a high level. And he said, are you just going to let us pass you by and take the number 2 spot this year? And I felt like we were going to fucking fight in a friendly way with words.
Are we number 3 right now?
We're number 3 by 13 million. And it didn't sit well with me. And so now it's like, I need to do better. Kenny, we need to recruit more people. We need to fucking grow. And so I got called out yesterday. But the point of this is that no matter what, it's all about taking that action and doing it despite, not overthinking. 9 people shared yesterday, all different vantage points. And so, Heather, I appreciate your contribution. I had another hand up. Whose hand was it? I don't want to forget that hand. It was someone's hand. It was Heather. There was someone else other than Heather had her hand up.
It was me, but I'm getting ready. Sorry.
Okay. Well, bye, Lisa. Do you not want to contribute? Okay, she's getting ready.
Okay. So I love the the point of open houses and door knocking, because I've been doing so much more through all the intensities. So I'm thinking about it. I think my last 3 either escrows, the transactions that closed, and the newest escrow have been from open houses. And I am going on a listing appointment this afternoon and one next week. And I have one coming on market next week. So
Let's go, Lisa. Let's go. I love it. Absolutely love it. So you guys, I want to share some thoughts with you. They did this exercise yesterday, but the point of this conversation is that if a guy can grow by just getting out there and knocking and doing 100 open houses in 100 days, like there's no reason why we can't do that. There's no reason Oliver can't knock on 50 doors for the next 90 days. There's no reason at all. The dude's capable. The dude communicates well. And I'm not calling you out, Oliver. I'm just using it as an example. There's no reason that we can't do that. So I want to share that with you guys, because once again, those people are no different than us. They're just at different stages of belief, different stages of implementation, and different stages of action. So you guys, I want to share this with you. What I want you to do is, if you're not driving right now or walking or curling your hair or putting your eyebrows on, I need you guys to write down a couple things for me. So there's a few categories that I want you guys to write down, and we're just going to go through this really quick. I want you to write down personal growth. I want you to write down fun and recreation. I want you to write down professional fulfillment. You know, how fulfilled you are in this business, your career. I want you to write down personal growth. Family and friends. Just put an F and F. Health, finances, and giving back, contributing to your community, being a volunteer, whatever that looks like. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to put a number next to each of those categories. And here's the exercise. One is, I'm really, really struggling in this area of my personal growth, right? That my professional growth is really, really high, but my personal growth is really, really low. I want you to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 in every single category that I just gave you. There's probably a category in there that needs some help and some love and some more thought and energy. But I want you to rank yourself and do this quick system with yourself. And I want you to picture this as like a whole pie chart. What I'm doing is like, oh, okay, I got 25% here, I got 5% here, whatever it is. So rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 in each of those. And I want you to think about this. Oftentimes, we think about, well, in order for me to grow and make more money, I just need to do more. And sometimes that may be the case, but oftentimes we need to look at what's truly, truly making us happy in our life. And does that happiness result in me being better in business, right? If I had more time and more reflection and my personal growth was at a 9 or a 10, then maybe my business will be at a 9 or 10. My finances will be at a 9 or a 10. If my mindset and my ability to think about myself and my belief in my self-image was at a 10, would that mean that I impact my business? And I know the answer to that. When you think about your love and your connection and your intimacy and your romance, like what is that number? And if I was able just to spend more time unplugging, taking trips, giggling, laying in bed, laughing, cuddling, whatever that is, how fulfilled am I to go out there and do bigger things in my life? When I think about my family and I think about my health, am I actually putting my health at 10? Am I actually putting myself at 10? Or am I eating in the car, eating bullshit? I got fucking fast food wrappers in my car because I'm always on the move. I didn't plan. I'm eating like shit. I'm lethargic. I don't have the energy. And now it's impacting my business. So you have to look at your life and say, where are the areas where I can give a little bit more to become better, to become more fulfilled in order for me to drive business results, to drive the business results. So oftentimes, as you think about the scaling and production and grinding, well, at the end of the day, we need to really, really take a deep look at all these different categories and say, God, my fun and recreation, am I even having any fun right now? Am I doing anything that's recreation? Am I going on the hikes? Am I sitting on the dock with a beer and throwing my fishing line out and having some cool music? Am I doing cowboy shit that is fun that I would never do before? Like, what am I doing? And so I want you to think about these things because at the end of the day, we don't get any of this time back. Some of you are younger than me. Some of you are older than me. But the older you get, the more you start to look at time in a completely different way. And there was an exercise, and I'm going to share this with you, and hopefully this lands, you guys. One of my friends got on stage and he said, how much time do we really have? And he put this into perspective. He stated that there's 4,000 weeks in a lifetime, and that's on an average 80-year lifespan. Now, my hope is that I make it past 80. My grandfather lived to 99, but he was a grumpy old Italian man. I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I can. But there's something that says that I'll probably live until, I don't know, average lifespan 85. If your son or daughter, and you have children right now, are 10 years old, and I want to put this into perspective, your kids are 10 years old, you have 8 summers left with them. You have 8 summers left with them that they're in the house, that you have the ability to go places and travel. They're not out doing their thing. They're not in college. They don't have boyfriends. They don't have girlfriends. They're 10 years old. You have 8 summers left with them. 8 summers left with them. You have 416 weekends left with them until they're off doing the things that they're going to do in their life, becoming adults, having family, traveling, going abroad, whatever they're going to do. And so we have to look at this life and say, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow. We're going to take that trip tomorrow. Mommy's busy today. I got to do this today, tomorrow. We can't go to the park today. We got to do it tomorrow. I want you to really think about this and say, how can I give myself more opportunities to create more time with the people that mean the most in my life to give me and them a sense of fulfillment, right? That's how we need to look at this, you guys. I want you to grind. I want you to build. But at the end of the day, I want you to say the moments that matter the most to your kids, this is how they spell love. Time. That's it. They want to spend time with this. They'll remember these times. So as much as we're building and growing, your mom might want to take a trip. Your grandmother might not have much more time in this life. Your mother-in-law might have injuries that are holding her back and mobility is really limited. So what can I do to make her life a little bit better? So I want you guys to think about the time that you have with your loved ones. Think about your own health. Some of you have had health challenges, have had health scares, are currently going through health challenges and health scares. And it should make you reflect on this beautiful thing that we call life and say, you know what? What can I do more of that truly brings me joy and fulfillment? And by me feeling joy and fulfillment, my hope is that it impacts my business. And I'm okay. I'm okay as long as I'm giving back to the people that I love most in this life. And I had him do that, or had him watch him do that exercise. And he said, here, you can't buy more time later. How will you spend what remains? How will you spend what remains? I'm 45 years old, you guys, and I have a lot of energy now, but God knows what will happen in the next few years. I don't know. So I'm going to make sure that we're spending this time. My son has been talking about Cancun, Mexico, and it's been 3 years now since we've been. 3 years. So I wanted to put that into perspective. I want to share that thought with you, share that perspective before we go into action for the week. Any thoughts, contributions on that thread, on that vein? And I told you I was going to hit you in the feels today. Anybody have anything that they want to say, contribute on the subject? Ashley, I saw a big smile from you, so I'm going to have you take yourself off of mute and say something.
It just makes me sad. My kid's 13 and I'm like, oh, that's right. That means you're saying 7. We really have like 4 or 5 years of summers that we can spend making family memories, going camping. Summer's coming up. And then my initial thought was, well, okay, what could I do in my life to make sure that my business is stable, because the finance part has to be stable to be able to have the resources, but then also have more time. And it's very clear the first thing I need to do is exercise, because exercise creates energy. And if I do that in the morning, I can do things faster for my business, which will create more time for my family.
God, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Anybody else have a thought, a contribution on this vein? You guys, thank you for taking this journey with me. Thank you for being a little bit more reflective with me today. I thought it was applicable because this was fresh on my mind. And like I said, I'm going to speak directly from the heart when it hits me. Nicole, what do you got for them?
It hit me because it's like you say, if your kid is 10, you have 8 more summers. We think that's what we think, but we don't know. And that became more apparent to me with my scare. It's like, wow, this could have been a wrap if I wasn't on it and try to figure out what was going on. Because, so just taking every day like it's the last and trying to live through that.
Yeah, God, I appreciate your sentiment. So you guys wanted to share that thought with you, do that exercise, look at your numbers and say, God, my personal growth number is really, really low. What can I do to improve those numbers so you're running at an optimal level in your life overall? So I want to go to you guys. Oh, H-Bomb, you got something for us. Let's roll.
Yeah.
I'm going to have rapid fire on this.
Yeah, it's just weird how it all affects one another. If you're low in one, then the other ones, it all kind of just coincides. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's low. That's, is it really everything affects everything else? If you're not having enough fun and rec, your personal growth is affected. Your personal growth is affected. Your professional fulfillment, it's important. But it's a balance for sure to kind of maintain everything on a good level.
Yeah, for sure. I look at it, this is like an orchestra, right? This is an orchestra, and that's what we're creating for our lives. So you guys, I want to go to you. I want to hear from you. I want to spend a few minutes on action. It's been a good week. We obviously have seen people get into contract. Kelly would love for you to contribute on this. I want to hear from you. What action have you taken in this week, and what have the results been in your business? Whether it was a new appointment that you got, a listing that you went pending with a buyer, you negotiated $20,000 over ask or under asking price for your consumer, put those new loans into contract. Like, what is it? I want to hear from you guys. So I need 3 people at a minimum to get involved in the conversation to talk about the action that they took this week and what were the results. So I'm going to pause for a second. I got one person's hand up. I know all of you have more action to talk about than Kelly. So I'm going to pause. And if I don't get more hands up, I'm going to just start calling some people out. All right, cool. So listen, Heather's already contributed 3 times. Not that I don't want her contribution. There's tons of other people on this call. Throw your hands up, get involved in the conversation, and I'm just going to wait and sit here awkwardly until I see more hands up. You guys, why am I reaching for you guys to contribute what action that you've taken during this week? Why am I reaching right now? Let's go. 2 more hands up. Get involved in this conversation. This is keep it moving for a reason. We don't stay idle. We don't get involved in the conversation. We keep it moving towards our dreams, goals, and vision. Thank you. And I shouldn't have to push you for that. Shouldn't have to push you to get your camera on, be in the moment, be present. Let's roll. Kelly, tons of momentum right now in your business.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
I've been working very hard every day, every single day, all day long. And so everyone here knows how hard it is, especially when you work all day long. And so yeah, we're doing this, you guys.
All right, so talk to me about the specific action that you've taken this week and what are the results in your business. Let's go there. You text me, share what you text me.
I said, just to let you know, Elias. Anyway, I was trying to brag to Elias, but I cold call, I cold text, I text people, I ask them how they're doing, I reach out, I do social media, I door knock every day, and I do open houses, and I live, eat, breathe real estate.
Kelly, what are the current results in your business right now? What do you have pending as well as new listings currently?
The new listing that I got into contract really fast. I got my high school client, my friend from middle school. I went to 5 different high schools. And so to know that I was able to capture someone from my trauma past, was really cool and special to know that I captured her because she had all these other realtors on her Facebook and stuff. And she reached out to me and we finally got them in a contract when it was really difficult because we needed $20K in closing costs. We still didn't get that, but I've never gotten an offer accepted where we're asking $20K. So I need help with that. But yeah, and then my other client that I met a year ago, from an open house on Mother's Day. She's one of the most difficult clients that I've ever met. I know we've seen over 100 homes. I've spent more than 90 hours easily, like 8 hours every time I'm with her. But that's why she's using me, because I am patient with her and like willing to do the work, and we'll meet her in a minute, a heartbeat drop. And so we got her into contract finally. And then yeah, so we got more buyers too and stuff. So and I keep cold calling, and I go hiking with my cold calling people.
You know what? I absolutely love this. And like she said, she eats, sleeps, and breathes this. She's out hustling. She's actually out doing the income producing activities, and she is crushing it right now. So Kelly, appreciate your contribution. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for throwing your hand up first. Mohan, what do you got for them?
Yeah, if you remember, I had promised myself and then I committed that I'm going to make 2 videos this week, and I have done that. And
Let's go.
I posted on IG, and it feels it's a very nice feeling once you have the video out, and I'm better in doing that. And a couple of other things is I have an active buyer that I'm working with, and I will be showing few properties tomorrow for that buyer. And the third thing is I will be doing an open house here in Tracy Sunday. So that's an additional thing that I accomplished this week. So thank you for all your training.
Well, let's go, Mohan. Listen, for the fab, I can't wait to check the videos out, but he made a declaration, he made a commitment, and he stayed true to his word. So Mohan, I appreciate you. More big things to come from you. I appreciate you taking that action and sharing that action. Let's go, Nicole Penland. We're going to go rapid fire to you. Then we're going to go rapid fire to Antu and rapid fire to Nico. What do we got, Nicole?
So this week I had my meeting with Vernon for Zillow. So that was insightful. Also, I just keeping my momentum with my doing intensity, with my listings, getting out and door knocking, and planning my summer events, my marketing campaigns for the summer, so that it doesn't just crash upon me. So
Love it, Nicole. Absolutely love it. You guys, what I want you to think about also right now is we have 2 days left and then it's Mother's Day. Okay. And obviously there's tons of things to do. I'm going to give you guys an example. Blessing did this. I thought this was a really good idea. We've talked about this before. She's doing a Mother's Day bouquet. She's paying for the bouquet. But I just want you guys to take a quick look at this of what happened from this post. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, over 25 people that are tagged in this post that are not following her already that now get to see her and are in her ecosystem. And she spent a little bit of money for a bouquet. You guys, it's Mother's Day weekend. You guys have an opportunity to go do something special, create content, do something special for the moms out there, do some really good messaging. So don't miss the opportunity of a really beautiful weekend. Let's go on to what do we got for them? If you can't put your camera on, if you can't, I won't hold it against you all the way. But on to, let's roll.
Sorry, I can't put my camera on, but I've done everything I said that I was going to do in the beginning of the week with, it's called expire listings. And so I didn't get any pickup, but I will call again. But it's a good way because it gets me to start calling because I was really scared. And then I door knock my neighborhood, my farm, and the couple that I have a really great relationship with, who's the oldest couple in the neighborhood, we have finally, exchanged number, and now we have plans to do future things. And her husband like starting to like really adores me, and he was the one who's just, wasn't so sure about having a realtor around a lot. But now he's like really into it and really affectionate and really sweet. So that is also a great win. And then I have been showing my client homes all over Stockton and not River Island, sorry, Riverbank,
Okay.
down in Modesto. And I think we should be able to close or put in an offer and close on that buyer. And I will be out of my three lists or three sales with the team. So super stoked on that. But yeah, my
I
week
love
has been
it.
great.
I love it. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you. Love the action. Nico Snow, I'm going to go to you, big dog. Rapid fire. What do we got for them? Action that you took this week, and what were the results in your business? Let's roll.
Yeah, 100%. So going door to door, my goal is to hit at least 30, conversations. So that's approximately 120. I want to say a third, third of that. But really well done. Just, I offer free home evaluations just with a little clipboard and letting them know just like, what's your plans for the next 2 or 3 years. So at least I kind of got at, oh, well, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. So staying top of mind. I have another video I'm going to post today. So hitting my 2 main posts for the week. And then just working with a lot of active buyers right now, just trying to execute on that for this weekend.
Let's go, Nico. I love this, man. I appreciate you sharing, big dog. Thank you for your contributions. Love it, love it, love it. So let's start to come full circle in the conversation. Get a couple key thoughts, key takeaways from people on the call today. Maori, I'm going to go over to you really quick. Maori, I'm going to get one key thought, one key takeaway from you. Let's go. If you can find that mute button. She's trying. Well, she finds that mute button. Let's go to Oliver. Oliver, let me come back to you, my man. Key thoughts, key takeaways from our time together today.
Yeah, key takeaway for me was that story that you shared that it is possible, 100 homes, open homes in 100 days. I mean, it is possible because first thing you do, you like, excuse, oh, you can't do that. That's 100, whatnot, but it is possible. And you shared that story that it is possible. So that to me was really inspiring.
Yeah, I see people on the stage that, like I said, they're just at different stages. But there was a time, not that long ago, that some of these cats that I see speak, they had a business that was like, oh, they did 10 million. Then they went to 50 million. Now they're doing 100 million plus in a short couple years, right? And like, I've just seen them just take massive action no matter what, despite the fear, despite the economy, despite whatever noise is out there. They've just locked in. They've locked in. And I'm like, wow, man, if I would have done that at 25 years old, I probably wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? They're getting it at a young age, man. So Oliver, it inspired me, bro. It inspired me. Let's go to Mayori. Mayori, you found that mute button. Give us a key thought, key takeaway from our time together today. Let's roll.
Yes, hi guys. Happy Friday. Thank you so much, everyone, for contributing just, your experience and being so vulnerable every time when I get on this call. This is like me feeding off the energy that everybody provides here. And it's kind of like an AA meeting, but I'm not saying I'm an alcoholic, but but it's really great, especially for agents that really, really, really just is not feeling so great. And every time I enter, the group and just having these conversations, it's so real, it's so raw, and I appreciate it. And because of everybody's energy and contribution, I just feel like I'm able to regain that power back and like step back in my power and do what I'm supposed to be doing as a business owner, as a realtor, as someone. And thanks for reminding me, Elias, to step back into your power and regain that and, keep moving. So I really, really do. I went on a listing appointment this week. I think we got it. I just have to see, I got to check back. One of those where like I'm not too aggressive just because of the rapport that I build. And then I actually went around my a neighborhood and start, door knocking, meeting people and stuff. So there's, things cooking right now in the pipeline to get listings in my neighborhood. I have 3 buyers that working with Ashley. Hey, Ashley. We're trying to get them pre-qual and, moving and grooving. So I truly appreciate everyone. I do. Thank you so much. This is like a really happy, like early Mother's Day treat. So it's all love around.
Well, I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. And listen, sometimes, and I'll say it again and again, we have to borrow others people's confidence until it becomes ours. And if you're here and you just need to borrow a little bit of belief, it's here to borrow until it becomes your own. Maori, I appreciate your contribution. Thank you for sharing. We're going to go to one of our guests who is brand new to the team, Les Moore, who comes from a corporate background, who has helped launch massive companies and startups and IPOs. Les Moore, you've been in the business world for some time, my man. So I want to say thank you, first off, for choosing to be business partners with us. Since this is your first Keep It Moving group coaching, I want to ask you, what's one key takeaway from your time with us today? Let's roll, Les Moore.
I appreciate that. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. So, sitting on this call is very inspiring today. And I think one key takeaway that I want to highlight, get out there and just do it. Stop overthinking stuff. Stop getting ready to be ready. Like, this is my first week onboarding. And I'm like, I need cards before I can do things. So actually, I'm going to go do some door knocking today without cards and just basically have a link to the website and just make it happen. So just do it. Make it happen.
Yeah, my man. Well, I appreciate you and great things to come. I'm excited to be in business with you. So you guys, listen, I have tremendous momentum right now in my career. I have tremendous momentum in my family dynamic. I feel like I'm more in love with my wife than I thought I could ever be. And I told this story yesterday and Vernon's like, man, it's like I get a little emotional, but my wife gets to come out next week to New Jersey with me, and she's going to come in to the event that we're having out here or out there. And like, to see her happy and to see her proud of me, like, that means the world. It's like she knows how hard I'm working, but for her to be there, front and center, to be able to experience all the things that she sees and hears in the late nights and the early mornings, she's in bed, I'm up. She's in bed, I'm up on the computer, I'm working, I'm prepping, I'm preparing. And for her to sit there with me and be in that room, like, I just want her to know, like, I do this for me, but I know, like, this impacts you and I love you and I appreciate you. And for her to be in that room, it means the world. And so you guys create the momentum that you want for yourself in life, right? Vernon wasn't always a conversion coach. Vernon wasn't always helping me with intensity and co-leading that entity with me. Like, and just think about yourself and how you've come along in this game and what you've been able to overcome. And listen, we're all just getting started, right? I feel like I'm in a good place, but shit, I got miles to go, miles and miles to go. So you guys harness your superpower, whatever that is. Stay locked in and don't allow anything to stand in your way. I've just removed excuses from my life. That's it. I've removed excuses. And once I've done that, now so many things have opened up for me in my life. That's it, you guys. I removed it. And I no longer see that as a barrier. I say, you know what? I'm going to figure it out and I'll find a way. And then you guys allow that to be the inspiration to say, you know what? Elias is no different than me. I am no different than you. We're all the same. We're just at different stages, you guys. So go out there, make this a weekend that matters. Have some fun. To all the moms on the call, we love you. We appreciate you. Hopefully you have a weekend where you feel spoiled. You feel that you are special because you are. You deserve all the love, all the light, and all the energy that's going to go into you this weekend. So much love to you guys. Happy Mother's Day. And as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision to make this a day that matters. Peace.